It's been 10 years. I'm actually going to do this bit completely unscripted. I haven't really been doing unscripted things in a while, so I mean, hey, let's get right back to it and reminisce a bit. So I've been doing YouTube for 10 years now. I mean, by the time this video comes out, it will have been exactly 10 years since I uploaded my first video, and by extension, 10 years of this channel, because I do remember making this channel and immediately going to record that first video in this same spot, sitting on this chair, completely unscripted, trying to explain what this channel is. And although 10 years have passed, I mean, you can surely still tell this is the same place. I mean, there's a projector thing there now instead of a CRT TV, which is a bit of a shame that there's no more CRT, because boy oh boy, they are expensive now. And also, a repaint and a change of couches around here. And it's kind of hard to believe that 10 years ago I was finishing up grade 8 in elementary, and now I'm sitting here with an undergraduate degree, which is like a little crazy to think about. I mean, the fact that I'm done with school pretty well kind of says something. I remember I used to always use a Macy's box, or any sort of box that I would use for like clothing. Like, as if you were to gift somebody clothing, you'd use one of those flatter boxes. I remember I used to cut into it in order to make like a phone stand, because I liked that it was low enough that I could stick my phone in and still be able to record and monitor the recording, because I used to do a lot of gameplay where I'd hold the phone up to the TV, and that was sort of my style for years. And at the very least, now that I have a PC and I'm able to record gameplay, I gotta say, me 10 years ago would be very, very happy that I ended up doing that, because, man, I remember having to fidget and fight with the phone set up all the time, and the end result was always garbage. So, again, this is sort of just an unscripted me kind of introducing you to this 10-year anniversary video, I guess. But I did go back and watch some of my old videos as the time went on, and I gotta say, man, boy oh boy, I sure was a kid. Like, oh my goodness gracious, I could not stop yapping. Though that said, I mean, there wasn't really any video looking through all of my old stuff that I have privated. There wasn't really anything there that I was like, I have no recollection of making this video. Like, for the most part, it was all, I remember making that video. Oh, I remember being there. I remember doing this. Yeah. Especially some of the more experimental videos, like when I used to do a lot of skits and I used to do a lot of sort of particular videos, I guess, like vlogs and whatnot. That was very unlike of what I would really do today. Although that said, I'm definitely not opposed to never doing something like that again. It's just, man oh man, I sure had quite the confidence of being a kid and holding my iPhone SE out and, vlogging a freaking school trip. Like, that's crazy to think about now. In fact, I do actually have my original phone here that I recorded that first video on. In my first set of videos on, I had this pink iPhone SE, and this was my first phone ever. And, yep, it served me well. And now I'm here again, recording videos on my phone, sitting down talking in front of it. At the very least, if you'd like to go see some of the older stuff, I do have a playlist on my channel called Old Videos, GamerXL3, where I am reposting my old videos there unlisted, just for whatever reason if you want to look at them. When I made this channel 10 years ago, I called it GamerXL3, and that's because I had planned on that name years before I even made it. If I made the channel in 2016, I would have been in grade 8. I remember as far back as maybe grade 4 of having the name GamerXL3 written down or in my head, because I remember back in the day I would watch Rendog, I would watch Peanut Butter Gamer, I'd watch all these people, and I really wanted to make a YouTube channel of my own someday, but, being some kid, I didn't necessarily have the means to do so. That is until, of course, I got, my phone, and a buddy of mine uploaded his first video at one point, and I thought, man, I could just do it, because I got a camera, I can make a Google account, why not upload a video? And that's where I started the channel, and immediately I knew I was going to name it GamerXL3, because that was what grade 4 me thought he was going to name it. Obviously now my channel is called Chum because that's what I'm called on all of my like gaming platforms, and all of that stuff is Chum is my username, so hence why I renamed it to that. I mean, I'm not going to sit here as a 23-year-old man going, hey guys, it's GamerXL3, what's up? That said, it's not like I look back at anything and I go, oh my god, what is this guy doing? You know, I just feel so horrible, you know, looking back on these. I mean, you know, I was a kid. It's like, I'm going to do kid stuff, and at the very least, I'm happy that I can look back on that sort of thing, because I can think back to, oh, I remember being in school recording this, I remember going on this trip and recording this, doing that. And it's something that I get to look back on in the future and think back about. And yeah, kind of going back on how I used to do things, I used to just precariously set up my phone in front of this like right now, and I would take the footage and edit it in iMovie, and then upload it usually same day. I was uploading maybe 2 or 3 times a week at my peak, I guess, if you want to call it a peak. But I mean, again, it was just unscripted, just, I want to talk about this, I want to do this, just get it out, you know. I wasn't really going in depth as I do now, and especially not with the level of editing that I can do. I edit on Sony Vegas on my computer now, and so, yeah. But that's enough with this old style. I'm going to go back up so we can actually get good mic quality and not have to talk at this distance with the camera and the phone, and it's just garbage, so let's just do it. Here's the current setup I have for this bit that I recorded, by the way. Just some old some celebratory boxes and something to prop the camera on. Yep. And at the very least, I mean, there is a little callback there for you. Yep. Alright, we are back in the actual room, and let's keep going here with the actual good audio. Yeah. So sort of as I was saying, I was definitely inspired by YouTubers like Rendog, Popular MMOs, as well as Peanut Butter Gamer, and some ball knowledge for you here. I was really into Lucky7DX and MBW Champion when I first started watching YouTube, and sort of they're the ones that made me want to record. And there's never been a situation in the past 10 years where I've had to record out of necessity. It's never like I'm forcing myself to record anything. I always do it just for the love of the game, baby. Given that this is supposed to be like a channel trailer kind of thing, I guess I'll talk about what I'll actually be doing here and what I like to do. I guess you could say I'm a variety channel of sorts, where I do gameplay, commentary, discussion, all that sort of stuff. So as long as it's about stuff that I like, whether it's video games or movies or social media bits or whatever, I'll talk about it. And at the very least, my discussions of games and, you know, doing gameplay and things like that is definitely more of a recent thing. As I was saying, I never had like a capture card or anything like that to record gameplay in the older days, so I'm able to actually record gameplay and talk about them properly now that, you know, I got my PC. And I was looking back in the past 10 years of all my videos, there's maybe a total of 300 or 400 videos back there, and there is definitely a lot of more things like skits and ramblings and discussion that was very unscripted back then, and sort of as time went on, I just kept doing that. In fact, the last, I guess, GamerXL3 video that's on my channel that's still fully public is my Johnny Test review, and that was sort of one of the last times that was like early style content. And then by the time I uploaded that video, COVID hit, and then I was off to school, and I didn't upload for like a few years until I started uploading more gameplay content and just things that I had already recorded, like from clipping games. And that sort of is what got me back into it. I changed the channel name to Chum, and now it's actually been 5 years of this channel being called Chum. And then I kind of just kept developing content from there on out. Like I started talking about things that I just thought were interesting and talked about, you know, social bits and whatnot. I started doing my seasonal edits for Apex, and that was always a lot of fun. That sort of was a good practice to really get into more edits, and sort of to practice with Sony Vegas. And I'm sitting here right now, and I'm thinking about, you know, what's my reason for going on? Why do I still make videos? And again, I just do it for the love of the game. I really like to record myself and talk about things that I like. And at the very least, there are a lot of people that I do watch nowadays that sort of inspire me. People like Nakey Jakey, Chazington, Funky, all make excellent videos, and I find myself really liking all of their videos. They're very well spoken, they get their points across well, and they're very funny too. Otherwise, I mean, I don't really have much else to say in this little video. I was going to talk a little bit more about things that I like and more niche things, but I realized I can just make a video on that,
and really this is more of a kind of welcome video sort of thing, and sort of a celebration of 10 years at the very least, to say, hey, we've come this far. So with all that said and done, I would just like to say a huge, unbelievable thank you to everybody here, whether you've been watching me for 3 seconds as your first impression of me, or whether you were all the way back in the GamerXL3 days. 10 years have gone by, and if you're still here, I'd like to just say thank you so much. It's unbelievable to consider people would want to take time out of their day to watch my videos and to, you know, listen to what I have to say, and that really does mean a lot to me, and it sort of drives me to keep making better things, because I'll look back on other content, even like things from a couple of years ago, and I'll be like, why on earth did I include this, or why did I talk about this, or, you know, like I'm always thinking about how can it be better, and how sort of I can keep it entertaining for people. So yeah, whether you're here from, you know, a comment that I've made somewhere, or if, you know, one of my videos got recommended to you on another video or what have you, I'd like to just say thank you. I mean, I know I'm kind of beating the dead horse here, but man, it cannot be understated that I do appreciate you being here, and the fact that I've been here for a full decade really goes to show that, like, yeah, time flies. My only sort of, I guess, regret with doing videos like this is I definitely was procrastinating on a lot of videos, and I find that I'll have a video ideas. I have this huge list of ideas, and I kind of can see the video in my head. I can see how it goes. I can see how it edits, but I just can't get out of that procrastination phase. It's like, you know, I guess to tie in with this video's title, it's this decadence of procrastination and this sort of comfortableness, or maybe a better word would be sort of compliance, so to speak, maybe. The sort of compliance in not making any videos and just kind of sitting here, versus I definitely do enjoy it, and there are times where I just don't do it for no particular reason. Especially during those university years and after COVID, it was just, I didn't upload for years, started uploading clips, and then I was like, okay, I want to get back into editing, but then I'd have other things going on, and I'd sort of use that as an excuse to not make videos, despite, you know, having reasonable time at points to actually make them. But that's just kind of a beat myself up moment that really doesn't matter. So again, I'm really appreciative of you taking the time out of your day to be here and to watch my videos, and I hope to keep doing this. I mean, I have no reason to stop. I still enjoy making videos. I still enjoy talking about the things that I like, and I hope to keep making videos for at least another 10 years. I mean, hey, again, I just love it so much, and being able to look back on sort of the content that I've made, it kind of makes me happy that I have recorded these things, and that was what I was like 10 years ago. And so, you know, I mean, there's a metaphor in all of that. There's some lesson you can learn from all of that, something about, you know, knowing yourself and all of that, but I'm not gonna try and make that point. That's just kind of pretentious. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy this content, be sure you subscribe, and let me know what you think in the comments. I'm not usually one to say things like that. I just don't care enough to mention, oh, like, comment, subscribe, all of that anymore. But I do hope to have better things in the future, so if you'd like to stay tuned, by all means, feel free to subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the future. See you later.
What's up, dude bros? I'm GamerXL3, and welcome to this video. This is my new channel, GamerXL3. Yeah. I know. It's pretty great. What's going on, guys? This is Cards here, also known as GamerXL3, here playing the Wind Waker HD. And this is actually going to be a hardcore series. And the way that I'm basically going to be doing this is I'm using the gamepad. This is my old hardcore series, so let me just get rid of this. Don't worry, I'll be giving a voice to everyone. Big brother! Oh yeah, baby. Start. Yep.
No! No!
I died!
Why'd you fall off?
I died!
Why did you fall off? How could you fall off, Birdie?
And welcome to You Talk, the show where you ask me the questions and I read out my answers to those questions. We're just gonna get right into it. let's go. Hunter Two Fingers Peace asks, will you go back to gaming? Now, if you guys have seen my test gaming video, which I released about a month ago relatively, it actually turned out pretty well. I thought that the screen recording on it, well, it wasn't actually screen recording, it was me holding my phone up to the screen. However, I thought that it would be different because we recently got a projector, so I thought that maybe the quality would be different, and it was, and I thought that it looked alright. All I really needed to do was just to readjust the camera, and then that would be good. So I might go back to gaming, actually. I mean, it would only be on the Wii U, because we have our Wii U hooked up to a projector, but other than that, I think that gaming might come back soon. Maybe not like in a few months, maybe whenever I feel like it. We'll have to wait and see. Whoa! Oh, I'm dead! Wow. Endgame spoilers! Not my house.
Bro, I got a ticket for the big game. It's sports. Dog, I am so jealous. You know I love the big game. Oh yeah.
There just is no Pokemon. Where could there be more Pokemon? I need more Pokemon.
Well, my next project, I'm actually going to be working on my 1 year special because I've almost been on YouTube for almost a year now, and I'm going to have a brand new trailer, a brand new cover art. It's going to be awesome, new video, and it's going to be great. And I'm super excited to start working on the script and all of that. So I hope you guys will enjoy that. And my next upgrade, YouTube-wise, so my next upgrade, well, first of all, my new trailer, my new banner, because my current banner is terrible. My next upgrade is actually going to be capturing games. I'm going to be actually recording a game from the screen on Monday. It's not going to be Metroid Prime, but you're